What's up, nerds? It's your boy, the OGGM. It's 8:30 in the morning, broadcasting live here at Site B on a cold spring morning, last day of January 2023. And oh my giddy aunt, what a month! Still recovering, still exhausted. This OGL psychic war definitely took a lot of energy out of us. And during all this nonsense, we might have forgotten that the brand new, super exciting Dungeons and Dragons Honor Amongst Thieves movies is coming out April 1st. Well, midnight, the last day of March, but basically April 1st. Because if you want to put out a movie that people take seriously, the best day to put it in the theaters is April Fool's. Yeah. And because this is a movie, it has tie-ins, merch, toys. Dungeons and Dragons, owned by a toy company, would release toys. So we have a look at some of the licensed product. We've already seen the gelatinous cube action figure, which had potential to be cool, but little follow through was lacking. But other than that, yeah. And then we've seen the action figures, which look god awful. We've also got the Funko Pops coming out, which look, I don't know, like standard Funko Pops. But now we have a new list of stuff coming out for the movie. So let's take a look at it and be disappointed. We have the official Dungeons and Dragons Honor Amongst Thieves dice tower, which I guess is supposed to look like a tower. It really just looks like a piece of cardboard folded into a square with a hole on top. I don't think dice towers work. But it can also be used to carry dice. It can hold up to 40 standard RPG dice. It's $50 for a cardboard box with some leather that can hold 40 dice. We already know that's not true. Anything that says it can say hold X amount of dice, it usually falls short. And yeah, just looks like a rectangle cardboard that you fold, magnetic clip, this fake leather stitched to the top. And then I guess you put the dice on the die and it rolls down, but it comes out. And then, oh, look, this is what I rolled. Except my only experience ever with somebody using a dice tower was they were using it to cheat because, you know, once the thing hits the ground, you don't actually see what they rolled. And this thing's going to be $50 for this. Or you can make it at your home. Then we have the foldable dice tray. So again, piece of cardboard, folds up, leather embossed, 8.5 inches by 11 inches, high quality material, $25. $25 for this. Then we've got whatever this is, the printed leatherette printed book folio, $50. Has ultraviolet detailing. Ooh, it's got the red ampersand and the book name on the binding, and the back cover is secured to the pocket while the front cover is secured. What is a printed book folio? What is this? Is this just something you slide on top of a book? Is there actually anything in this? Is this just a folder? It's $50 for whatever this is. I don't know what a book folio is. Let's look it up. Book folio. No, it's just binding. Yeah. So I guess you slide another book inside it. I don't know. Then we have the character folio. 10 single pocket pages for character sheets and notes. 2 9-pocket pages for spell cards. Inner pockets in front and back. Sticker sheet for enhanced organization. This is a folder with Chris Pine on the cover, which already decreases its value. I mean, if you're going to put anybody on the cover, you should put the cute tiefling girl. This is $11. $11 for something you can get at the 99-cent store. Dude, send me $11. I'll send you one for free. It's a folder with Chris Pine. And then the picture of the gelatinous cube. But that's not a scene in the movie. That's actually the ad for the gelatinous cube action figure. So, yeah. $11 for a folder. Then we have the playmats, soft fabric top. Yeah, this thing, it's a picture. It's on the playmat. Playmats are used for Magic the Gathering. Some people use them for D&D. I don't know. This is $22 for, basically a piece of felt. Yeah. Are we just excited? None of these look like what you're charging for them. Almost every one of these things are something I could get at the 99-cent store or just make. But you're selling imagery for a movie that's probably going to bomb. Ooh, yes. I so want a picture of Chris Pine on the cover of my D&D folder that I spent $11 on. Yeah. Yeah. Excitement. Okay, now moving on to the other thing. So this is actually a two-part. All right. So as you know, the OGL thing has come to an end. And one of the many ridiculous statements that have come out of the OGL thing, other than various individuals always coming forward and saying, you know, this SRD 5.1 thing might not be a good thing after all. But we've got the few people who are still on D&D Beyond, all two of you, and the few people out there who are still being loyal to Wizards of the Coast after all this, who aren't just shills looking at you, Mark Sherlock Holmes. You know, so, and they're saying, well, now that you have done all this damage to the hobby D&D, OGL, OSR folks, because you hate D&D, because that was the whole reason we did this for the past 4 weeks, is because we hate D&D. Now you need to make something. Now that you fought to get the 5.1 SRD, now that you fought to get the OGL still live for another 11 months, now you got to make third-party product. You gotta, you know, put up or shut up. You fought to get this, so now you got to make stuff. Because up to now, we haven't made any. For the past 23 years, while the OGL has been active, allowing third-party creators to make product, third-party product that allowed 3.5, 4, and 5e to stay alive. You wouldn't have 5e if you didn't have Critical Role. Critical Role wouldn't exist without the OGL. So, yeah, but no, apparently for the past 23 years, the OGL that Wizards of the Coast, of course, forgot about until just a few weeks ago, nobody's made any third-party product for it. And as a result of this whole thing over the past 4 weeks, you know, now the third-party creators like myself need to step up and make something, because apparently we haven't made anything yet. And there was never anything in the past. There's no, you know, the whole point of the OGL was never about loving and supporting and making sure that D&D stayed the way it was and third-party creators could continue to support product for D&D, whether it be first, second, third, fourth, fifth, or upcoming 6th edition, because, you know, the hundreds and hundreds of third-party creators. No, it was all because we hated D&D and we wanted to destroy it, and we were jealous, and because we have no third-party content that can compete with Dungeons & Dragons. Never mind that for almost 5 years, Pathfinder was the #1 selling role-playing game in the year, in the world. And, you know, Wizards of the Coast hasn't won a single award in like 10 years, and D&D sales were abysmal in 2023. Part of the reason why so many people are losing their jobs at Hasbro, including the 60 people who are about to lose their jobs at Wizards of the Coast. But yeah, there's no third-party product coming out. Except, of course, we have Project Black Flag. Oh, look at this. Despite everything, Kobold Press is still saying, yeah, we're doing this. It's coming out. Playtest started in February. You can go to Kobold Press, link down below, sign up for the playtest for Project Black Flag. You're calling it Project Black Flag. I hope it's pirate-themed, though it's probably just going to be standard fantasy, but it would be really cool if it was pirate-themed or based upon your Midgard world, which I think is vaguely Greek myth. I don't know. I don't know enough about Kobold Press's stuff. Apparently, I should know more because apparently it's good. But yeah, Kobold Press has no plans to stop production of their alternative to the OGL, a irrevocable, eternal OGL that they're making, a system that anybody and their dog can use ad infinitum, and that people who've made stuff in the past can convert to. Because, you know, this OGL SRD only covers 5e stuff. What about all the people who made stuff that wasn't 5e? Like, I don't know, Mutants and Masterminds? So yeah, Kobold Press is still doing their thing, but no, we need to put up. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, what's this? Paizo still doing ORC. Maybe not the best name in hindsight but yeah, their system neutral open RPG is still in the works, and over 1,000 game companies have signed up to be part of this, including some of the biggies like Goodman Games, Green Ronin, creators of Mutants and Masterminds, Monty Cook, and others. In addition, Matt Colville has his own system that he's working on coming around. Monty Cook has a brand new version of the Zephyrus engine coming out. Level Up 5e has made an SRD for their game. So we have over 1,000 companies staying loyal to ORC. We've got Cobalt Press making theirs and staying loyal to ORC. And oh, wait, what's this? Oh, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 publishers who have been making third-party OGL content for over 10 years. 2014 is when 5e came out, and the OGL came out 23 years ago. So 22 years ago and change, we had the very first of the OGL stuff. I'm going to go True 20 and Mutants and Masterminds. So right there, plus all the other companies that joined on afterwards that were making third-party product for both 5e and independent stuff, like Pathfinder and Green Ronin and Frog God, and I don't know, pretty much every D20 fantasy, science fiction, horror, superhero, OGL content that has come out in the past 20 some odd years was all made out of love for Dungeons and Dragons and to support Dungeons and Dragons and to allow third-party content for Dungeons and Dragons to flourish. And without the OGL, we wouldn't have had Pathfinder, which means the 4th edition wars would never have happened. But thankfully, Pathfinder came along and kept the hobby alive because 4th edition, pretty much killed it. And 5th edition, most popular role-playing game in the world, which you haven't had any decent sales in almost 2 years. You wouldn't exist right now, 5th edition. Sorry, but you wouldn't exist without Stranger Things, which is based upon, 2nd edition AD&D, and Critical Role. Critical Role, of course, started as a Pathfinder project and then switched over to 5e and gave you 5 years of free advertising, plus basically keeping you alive during COVID. But yeah, the OGL needs to step up and make content now that we got our way, even though we've already seen multiple people saying, you know what, maybe this SRD 5.1 thing isn't such a good idea after all, because really it only gives us a year. What about 6? What about 1D&D? What about 2024? There's a new version coming out. Has everybody forgotten that? That's still happening. That's literally still happening. That is not going to be covered by the SRD thing. So great, you get an extra year to make 5 product before they go, we're not supporting 5 product anymore. We told you we weren't going to support 5 product anymore. D&D Beyond is only going to allow you to make 6E product. Homebrew? Forget that. We're not going to let you do homebrew. We don't want you making money off of D&D. Only we can make money off of D&D. So yeah, I love this statement. I love the statement that now that we won, the OSR OGL has to step up and make the content that we were fighting for, because, for the past 23 years, I guess we haven't. And content's like, we only did this because we hate D&D and we were jealous of D&D. No, we did this so people like you who are saying these horrible things can continue to say these horrible things. We did this so people like you hold on. Can continue to make this stuff on Etsy and make money off of it. You think any of this stuff would be allowed to continue had the Wizards of the Coast got their way? No, we've literally got an article, open letter from, amongst other things, Drive-Thru, the single largest producer of third-party 5e content, saying that had the OGO gotten their way, they would no longer have supported it. They would have removed every single solitary OGL product on Drive-Thru that did not fall under OGL 1.2. Now that was a couple thousand products. Same thing with DM's Guild. Oh, well, yeah. On all you people who make homebrew stuff for D&D and put it on Etsy or put it out there, yeah, had they gotten their way, you wouldn't be able to do that anymore. But for now, you can. We think. We're not sure because the SRD only covers 5e and only covers the game. We don't know really. We might still be able to make the content. The creative content says you can. We're not sure. What about the inclusiveness / hatred content clause? And you can't use bad words or show orcs or show boobies anymore. Is that still out there? I mean, it's technically not anywhere in the creative content that anybody's found yet, but does Wizards still have the ability to say, oh no, you can't do that because orcs are not racist? I don't know. Nobody's really sure yet. We're still not sure. We just know that as of today, 1.0 is alive, but it is not irrevocable. They did not say they were going to make it irrevocable. They just said as of now, they weren't going to change it. Here's the D&D rules. Under an SRD, it went from 9 pages to 400 pages, I believe. And we accidentally on purpose let you have stuff like Strahd and Beholder and stuff like that. And everybody's all, we're so excited we can use Strahd and Beholder now. And a few people are going, yeah, wait, why did you do that now? We've never been able to use those before. Why now? Why here at the tail end of 5e are you now letting us use Beholder? Did you make a mistake? Because that's one theory, is that they just rushed the 5 SRD so quickly to go live that, they just pretty much copy and pasted stuff. And maybe they just missed the fact that Beholder and Strahd and all those other things are in there. Are they going to take them away? Are they going to say in a couple days, Beholder's in there and we didn't mean that because, we hold the copyright to Beholder. So, yeah, we have to rewrite that. So, yeah, sorry, we didn't mean for you to have Beholder. Or are they going to say, yeah, we totally meant for you to have Beholder. We're so sorry that we upset you. You can now have access to things you have never been able to have access before since we bought D&D. Or are they going to do what Games Workshop did and go, here? Oh, by the way, here's the brand new version, Age of Sigmar. All that old stuff doesn't count. Because here's our brand new 6th edition D&D, which is completely new and different, and we've gotten rid of all the old stuff. That's why we made it available to you, because we're not going to use it anymore, because we're going to have total 100% control over everything and have no connection whatsoever to D&D of old, because remember, D&D of old is problematic. So, yeah, there's some news. We have a look at the rather disappointing product coming out for Honor Amongst Thieves. I'm still planning on boycotting it, but I've said I've been boycotting it since I first saw it in August. The latest stuff for it looks absolutely awful. It looks like movies that I've already seen before 10 years ago. Yes, yeah. So, and then there's the D&D 8-episode D&D TV show. We've already talked about that, which Hasbro's pretty much saying they're expecting it to fail because they're only greenlighting 8 episodes. We've got disappointing toys. We're waiting to see the results of Q4 and Q1 to really know what, if anything, we had an effect on money-wise Hasbro, because that's what counts, the money. They don't really care about us. They care about the money we're spending. Hasbro hates me. No, Hasbro doesn't care you exist. Hasbro loves me. No, Hasbro does not care you exist. Hasbro only cares about the money you spend on D&D and D&D adjacent. Meanwhile, nothing's changed in regards to their plans for 6e and digital D&D and D&D Beyond. We haven't heard any announcement from Williams or Cook saying, oh, now that this thing is all gone, we're totally going to change what we thought we were going to do with D&D Beyond in 2024 and the whole digital virtual tabletop. Yeah, that's not happening. Nope. That's still happening. That is not going away. So please start stocking up your pennies now for that $30 a month fee you're going to have to start paying if you want to have access to all the new D&D stuff starting in 2024. And again, we should start seeing the results of whatever, March-ish, April-ish. You will note that the one D&D playtest has gone silent. on D&D Beyond. We don't know when or if it's going to go live again. Are they just going to be like, we're done with you guys? Or are they going to be like, hey, we took a break, here's the rest of it? Knowing how the industry and production works right now, if they want to get a mock-up available for con season, they're going to have to start sending stuff to the printer March to receive the first mock-ups in June for the beginning of con season. Though Wizards of the Coast is, infamously chosen not to visit a lot of the cons lately, but they still tend to have displays up. And they still have to have mock-ups up to hold their spots on Amazon and to show to reviewers and stuff like that. And considering, unless they're going to totally switch gears and start producing here in the USA, they're still going to be, third-party producing in Europe and Asia, and then having it set back over here because it's cheaper. But hey, there's less trees, and production is slowed down, and shipping is slowed down. So yeah, if 6E is going to hit the market in, whenever, March of 2024 or whenever it's scheduled to start being seen digitally, they're going to have to finish the playtest today to have a chance to get it out by March, to get printed by June, mock-ups by June, actual physical product. I don't know. Is it scheduled for early 2024? I don't think they've actually said when. But if we're going by the catalog and the calendar, it's still, it doesn't say anything. We've got everything scheduled still coming down the pike for 2023, starting with Tales from the Golden Vault, going all the way through to Planescape. Shudder how they're going to mess up Planescape. And then that's it. That's it for 5e. 5e ends with Playscape of November of this year. That's it. And then come January 2024, 6th edition. February 2024, 6th edition. I assume by March 2024, we'll see the first thing, if not sooner. But it's got to be out by March, if not sooner. At least in a normal world where production and things actually work according to a schedule that has, been around for decades. But we don't live in a normal world anymore, so who knows? We may never see physical content for Dungeons & Dragons 6th edition. They may just go, it's just too expensive. Here, it's on D&D Beyond. So yeah, that's about it for today's nonsense regarding the OGL. Remember on January 1st when I was like, God, I really hope this is going to be an uneventful year. Nothing really major happens. I mean, yeah, I know we're going to talk about Wizards of the Coast, but let's just hope it's I didn't get my wish. I had 4 whole days in January of not really any major Wizards of the Coast chaos. But it's a brand new month tomorrow, so fingers crossed they won't do anything ridiculous. Oh, wait, they have a new product coming out, which somebody's going to say is problematic. If you appreciate the sarcasm that's coming out of my mouth, let me know. If you never want to hear me talk about this topic ever again, let me know. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the OGGM Adventures. It costs you nothing, and it helps me in every single solitary way. Remember, this is my job, so if you're feeling generous and want to support me, you can do it through the PayPal, through the Buy Me a Coffee Ko-Fi, but the best way to support the OGGM Adventures is to buy my merch live and exclusively on Big Geek Emporium. 5 new Monster zines featuring a plethora of amazing monsters and 1 new adventure in celebration of Dungeon 23. So yeah, and all still under $5. So the best way to support me is to buy my merch. That's it for today. I am the OGGM. I will talk to you later. Until then, get off my third-party content, you damn kids.